Hi everyone, my name is Melissa McCracken. I'm a postdoctoral fellow and an AP Giannini postdoctoral fellow here at Stanford University in Irv Weissman's lab. What I like to do is study our immune system, in particular kind of how multiple pieces come together. So I'm interested in aging immunity, chronic infection, and really how those two kind of tie together in fighting cancer in the long run. My general interest is really how chronic infection and also potentially cancer kind of have this push and pull kind of tug-of-war type effect. And the reason being that I hope the big takeaway is that our total immunity really diminishes with age. So as we age, all of our immune cells kind of become tired, exhausted, just kind of not really functioning to par. And what that really means is that in the case of CMV or cytomegalovirus, it's a virus that really infects a large portion of the US individuals, it really takes this huge burden of our immune system. So majority of us won't really know we're infected. Maybe we'll get some minor flu-like symptoms when we first get it. But what's actually happening underneath or below the surface is that it's actually having this huge weight on our immune system. And what we see is that our T cells, which are kind of like our big killer cells in our learned immune system over time, really actually kind of dominate over time to just specifically attack CMV. And so how does this really affect us? Well, we're just putting all of this time and energy directly into fighting CMV and kind of suppressing this infection that we're losing our capacity to see or fight other things. So why would this be important? Well, we know that cancer prevalence really rises with age, right? And in particular, what's really interesting is that in glioblastoma, or the most common adult brain malignancy, we see that 100% of these tumors are actually actively infected with CMV. So the research that I'm really interested in is, why do you have these parallels? So, why is CMV going to this tumor? How is CMV being in this tumor? And if CMV is there and we spend all this time and energy in our immune system trying to learn or fight against this, why is it persisting? And then also, why is this cancer progressing when we should have such a large foundation of ways to remove this? And so the research that I'm really interested in is understanding, kind of how this ties into our immune system and our immunity as a whole, and how do these parallels actually matter? So why is this important, or why should we actually care about this? Well, myself, probably majority of people in this room, all have CMV. So the thing is we're all kind of fighting, I guess, in some ways, this equivalent same battle, right? Our immune system sees the same virus, so what we learn about how our immune system fights or starts to prevent this infection or keep it at a low level can actually be broadly applicable to a lot of people. The next thing is that these mechanisms, CMV has a lot of what we call like immune evasion strategies, or ways to kind of hide from our immune system. And so ways that we're able to get our T cells to re-see this or become activated against this can again be really broadly applicable. So unlike, say, one tumor, which can be very patient-specific, very unique, these CMV/T cell interactions should be ideally something that will be applied broadly. And so the big takeaway is, how do we start to understand how to get our immune system back on track to see this CMV, and also how do we use that knowledge about how CMV hides from the immune system to apply it back to tumors as well?